Here are all 25 crystal lizard locations in Dark Souls. And before we get started, a very handy tip for these nippy little lizards is that if they manage to scurry away before you can kill them, then just stand near to where they originally spawned in, quit the game and then reload. The lizard will be back where it originally spawned in with you poised to attack. So, the first crystal lizard can be found hiding in a barrel on the top floor of the watchtower in the Undead Burg, the one just before the Taurus Demon boss fight. If you attack the barrel, the crystal lizard will try and escape down the stairs, so be quick. The second crystal lizard is located on the path going down from the Darkroot garden to the Darkroot Basin, the one that heads to the Hydra mini-boss. The next two crystal lizards are located in the Catacombs. Once you have activated the second contraption, you now have access across the bridge, guarded by the two hollows and the necromancer. Once past them, take a right and enter the room. Then drop down through the floor right here. Next, follow the tunnel, killing the two crystal lizards along the way. This tunnel then leads to a ladder which brings you to a room with another floor that you can fall through, taking you back to the contraption you originally turned to make the bridge rotate. The fifth crystal lizard can be found in the Tomb of the Giants. From the final bonfire, follow the path all the way towards Nito, and you will find the crystal lizard just in the tunnel near to where Paladin Leroy's invasion occurs. The next crystal lizard is located in the shortcut between the Demon Ruins and Lost Izalith. So you can either access this from the Demon Ruins side by giving the White Lady, Quaelag's sister, 30 humanity, or you can access it from the Lost Izalith side, which is accessed via the bridge guarded by the Titanite demon. Whichever path you take, the crystal lizard will be waiting for you just at the top of the staircase. Crystal lizard number 7 can be found in the Duke's Archives, in the crystal-infused staircase that leads up to the first Seath the Scaleless encounter. To get here, head through the first room and go all the way up either side of the stairs, and then head to the elevator. Take it all the way to the top, and then head through the passage on the right hand side. Take out the Crystal Knight, and continue up the staircase, and you will then find the Crystal Lizard waiting. The next three Crystal Lizards are all located in the Crystal Caves, and luckily, they are all in the exact same spot. They can be found in the small tunnel underneath the first Golden Crystal Golem. It's the one where you need to drop down to then follow the invisible path over to Seath's Arena. Next, we get to the smorgasbord of crystal lizards, and in the Great Hollow there is a whopping 10 crystal lizards ready to be taken out. However, they won't all be spawned in at the same time. So, to acquire all of them, it will require you to do multiple runs and restings at the bonfire. So here are all 10 spawn locations. To get the first crystal lizard from the bonfire, drop down off the bonfire ledge on the right hand side, onto the branch below. Then follow this branch all the way up and round until you reach the end. From here, drop down onto the ledge below, and here is the spawn point of a crystal lizard, right at the entrance of the tunnel. If you then continue through the tunnel, the second spawn point will be at the very end. To get the third crystal lizard, from the bonfire, follow the main branch down. Then, when you reach the first ledge, go to the other side, and then follow the next branch down. About halfway down, this branch butts up against another branch. So do a 180 and you will find a crystal lizard just here. To get to the next 5 crystal lizards, from the right hand side of the bonfire ledge, drop down onto the branch below. Follow this branch upwards until you reach where it bends back on itself. From here, on the left hand side edge, drop down onto the thinner branch below. Then very carefully drop down onto the ledge directly below this thinner branch, and you will immediately be on top of a crystal lizard at the entrance to the tunnel. Next, follow the tunnel, and towards the end you will encounter another crystal lizard spawn spot. Once out of this tunnel, you will find yourself on a larger ledge overlooking the basilisks on the floor below. On this ledge are 3 crystal lizard spawn locations, one to the left, one in the centre, and one to the right. I personally had to rerun this section 3 times for all 3 to individually appear. To get the final 2 crystal lizards of the Great Hollow, we will once again need to start off from the bonfire. So head down the main branch until you reach the first ledge, then cross it and follow the next branch down past where the 2 branches butt up against each other. When you reach the end, drop off to the branch below, and then follow this branch down until you can't go any further. Drop down to the right onto a larger branch below, and if you look down you will see a ledge with hopefully a crystal lizard to guide you. Drop off to the smaller branch to your left and follow it down to the left. It will then butt up against another smaller branch, so cross it, do a 180 and follow this down to the ledge where there are 2 crystal lizard spawn points. One on the left of the ledge and one on the right. And there you have it, all 10 crystal lizard spawn points in the Great Hollow. Now it's time to head over to the Artorias of the Abyss DLC, and the first of the crystal lizards here can be found in the Royal Woods. After you have left Oolacile Sanctuary, head to the left side of the Royal Woods, and then you will come to a bridge where Calamite first graces us with his presence. Cross the bridge and turn right, and then follow the path. Towards the end of this path, as it starts to incline, you will find the crystal lizard. If you now continue on from where you found the last crystal lizard, keep right and then head forwards following the edge around towards the elevator that takes you down to the Artorias boss fight. If you look right of the elevator, you will then find the crystal lizard hiding amongst the trees. The third DLC Crystal Lizard is a little trickier to get, as it's taking in the view of Calamit's arena from a precarious ledge on the waterfall. So, first things first, from just outside Artorias' arena, follow the path down into the ravine, and follow it all the way to the end. Go through the gate and then very carefully walk up to the edge. And if this is your first time here, surprise! Calamite flyby. Pan your camera down and you will see a crystal lizard chilling on a ledge. Carefully drop down and take it out. I highly recommend doing a plunging attack for this one, but if it runs off, then just quit and reload for it to reappear. The penultimate DLC crystal lizard can be found in the Oolacile Township. So from the main bonfire, keep heading down further into the town, past the elevator shortcut, and down the stairs past where the first Oolacile sorceress is located. From here, head to where there is a broken banister, and drop down onto the wooden platform below. Follow this platform round to the left, and then drop off the end. As you can see, the crystal lizard is on the rooftop opposite you, so do a run and jump off the edge onto the roof, and there you have it. And finally, the 25th crystal lizard is located at the very entrance of the Chasm of the Abyss. So from the bonfire, head through the hole in the wall and turn left. Follow the path round to the left, and when the path opens up, you will find the final crystal lizard ready and waiting to be culled. And that's it! You now have all 25 crystal lizard locations locked in, ripe for the picking. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Dark Souls content.